Hey everyone, it's the Nitty Professor. I'm here with Ari behind me, who has a new pork chew. You could probably hear him. And my goal today is to reclaim my reputation as a sweater knitter. I have become an inveterate sock knitter and yarn spinner of late because of the stresses and strains of life in 2026 America. So I'm really pushing myself to get back to knitting these because it's so rewarding, and lately I have been working hard on this sweater, some of you may recall, which I am knitting from completely hand spun yarn I spun myself from various preparations. I spun a variety of aqua colored yarns, and I am using a helical stitch approach. So basically, to make these fine stripes, we have, I think, about six. I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6 different balls of yarn that I am knitting. As I recall, I think each segment is 36 stitches, and you just alternate yarns as you go around, and it forms this kind of light striping pattern. So I feel good about the progress I'm making. You can see it's, it's definitely growing. And I like the regularity that is unfolding. The yarns I have spun from various preparations at various stages of my spinning career. And to be honest, they're all wool, some superwash, some not, some 2-ply, some 3-ply. This has some, I think it's called Stellina mixed in. It's actually really pretty. And this one here is a kind of a rustic 2-ply that I made from a cloud preparation. And then there's the red, which is a gorgeous wool that I spun a while ago. And that will do the cuffs and the neck, as well as the bottom ribbing. So definitely making progress. It was a little tricky to spin on this with so many pets in the house, because I can't really have a cat on my lap and have 6 strands of yarn, sort of unwinding gradually and trying to keep them from getting too horribly tangled. So poor Budapest has to content herself with being above my head on the chair when I'm working on this one. But it's, apart from that, relaxing because I don't have to follow a pattern. And it's rewarding to know I'm knitting with my own hand spun. Now, as I knit, I realize that there will need to be blocking and washing done to further soften the wool that I spun. I'm kind of looking forward to that process. So that's sweater number 1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm currently working on 5 sweaters, y'all. And some of them started, I don't even know when. So, next sweater. This is the one you're going to recognize from Cashmere. 100% Cashmere. And it is also slowly growing. I probably work on this a couple times a month. So, growing. Definitely growing. And fun. Very relaxing. The pattern that I'm using for this baby is from a book called Encircled, and it's under my bag. So here we go. And it's right on the front cover. You can recognize the bottom. I would love to give you the name. It is called the Eldfell Pullover by Bridget Pupillo. There we have the name of the pattern. Eldfell, Bridget Pupillo. And I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. I am very much a fan of bottom-up yoke sweaters because the first sweater I ever knit was that configuration, and I kind of learned it. The only thing, I still have to look up Kitchener stitching the armholes. I guess I only do that 3 or 4 times a year. I still have to look it up. But making progress, excited. One of the things I have to keep track of is when I'm knitting occasionally on something, I was like, where's the pattern? Where's the pattern? Because I use this book for other projects as well. and then I have to kind of figure out where it went to. So I will be right back. Had to go outside to meet the roofer guy. Thus my glasses reacting to the sun. Next sweater we have up, I will show you my handmade pattern. Some of you have seen this. It's the cat. I took this from a knitting, sorry, of course it's knitting, a mitten pattern. Misspeaking myself has become like a hobby since I passed 65. In any case, this is another creation that is all about leftover sock yarn. And I haven't touched it in a while. But the fact that I am getting it out now, I am hoping will serve as inspiration to continue working on it. Some of you have seen this before. The kitties' butts are showing very clearly, and we've got kind of a lice pattern going, and I intend to shift sock yarns. I have the cream, which I'll probably be able to use throughout, or at least, yeah, hopefully throughout. We'll see. I have 2 big skeins, so we'll see how far it goes. It's pretty big. It's like a whopper skein. I got more of this somewhere. I have to figure out where it is, but I'm pretty sure I have more. If I don't, I'll get some. And my thought once I got past the blue was to switch to this red, because why not? Why not, right? So anyhow, it's going to be incredible. It's also going to be roomy, which is fine. Sometimes we need a roomy sweater. But I haven't worked on it in a while, and I need to work on it. Now, one of the challenges with this, as you can imagine, is following the pattern. Every row is different and slightly complicated, so I have to be in a frame of mind where mentally I can focus. And lately, that's been a stretch. So, not that life is getting easier, but somehow we just got to move on. And, you know, have optimism. So that's what this is about. Getting these sweaters out. And like I say, lately I have been working on the one that is made of handspun. And it's growing. And it feels good. It's, you know, it's like we got to keep living our lives. I'm sure there are plenty of people at the top who don't want us to do that. That's the message I often get. And that's not okay. Sweater number 4. Another neglected project that is complicated. Some of you have seen this baby before too. It is a Christmas sweater. And that's how far I've gotten. Of all these sweaters, this is the one I started the farthest back. So far back that I'm not sure if it's been 3 years, maybe 4. I honestly am not sure when I started this. One of the challenges is, as you can tell, there are rows with 3 colors. I am not a fan of color work involving rows where I have to hold 3 different colors. However, I'm getting better at it. Therefore, arguably, I can do it. And maybe even do it well. I think, trying to figure out what that's going on here. It's a lot of yarn. There's a lot of yarn. And it's, yeah, it's a lot of yarn. And a lot of, yeah. Where is this one coming off of? It's just sort of connected in a way that is bothering me. In any case, my technique for doing 3 colors in a row is improving. Therefore, I have no excuse not to continue working on this. I mean, it's going to be incredible. Are you kidding me? This is going to be incredible. Just, you know, the 2-color ribbing alone at the bottom was a challenge. And of course, I am ripping out my stitches because, you know, that's just like life. Get you guys back in there. In any case, I'm going to show you the pattern. Bought the pattern from, if I'm not mistaken, Schoolhouse Press, which is a brainchild of Elizabeth Zimmerman's daughter. I've got a whole bucket of yarn that I bought. This is the bucket of yarn. And like I say, it's been a while. I could probably tell how long it's been since I started on this when I just look at the date when I bought the pattern. Oh my God. 2017? Is that possible? That's scary. Yeah. Virginia Lewis 1/6/17. Now, I didn't start on it right away. It probably took me a year or two to even think about starting it. But I could have started this 5 or 6 years ago. For shame! I need to make this sweater. I mean, you can see what attracted me to it. It's just going to be exquisite. It's all fingering or sport weight yarn. I guess you consider it probably sport weight. We're supposed to use Shetland Spindrift. Who has the money for that? I bought Cloudborne. Highland Sport. A little bliss in every stitch. And it's from South America. Let's see, is this from Peru, Bolivia? Peru. Made with love in Peru. So that's the yarn that I bought. I think it'll be fine. A lot of the South American yarns are very nice. And very preiswert. A good price. So anyhow, this pattern is, I mean, I did a lot of calculations. You can just see all the writing I did on there to figure out the colors, to try to match the colors. It's got some nice details, how to go about things. So I think it's manageable. I just have to get it into gear and make some headway on that. So sweater number 5 project that is an active whip is one I just started, and I've told you all about it. And I actually did a few rows on this baby the other day, and some of you saw it maybe when I was showing it. I forget if it was in the German video or what, but it's taller. Look at that. It's like growing, right? It's just gonna fit great. Lots of ribbing, lots of ribbing. I'll have to look at the pattern. Beautiful yarn. This is from Roma Finu Garn. It's kind of a sport weight yarn. Sorry. Yarn garn. It's all the same. Some people like to call it fingering. I don't know. Maybe it's a light DK. But I did make a swatch, and I'm confident that I am doing the size correctly. I will show you, for those of you who may or may not recall. I understand this is some review. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I just need to get my mojo going. So I have this book about finished sweaters, which, if memory serves, is in Norwegian, or it could be in Danish. I'm not sure. I bought it in Scandinavia. In any case, this is the pattern that I am planning to make. I think that's what my memory is telling me. Let's open the book and see. Yep, that's where the bookmark is. So again, you know, you start the ribbing and you interrupt yourself over and over again because you're a nervous wreck, and the ribbing takes forever. And you've got the cat on your lap and the whining dog, Ari. Let me see if I can get him into focus a little bit. What you doing, Ari? Sometimes he looks like a bat, especially with his head upside down. Look at those ears. Look at those ears. And he's got twofers coming in. He's just such a cutie. He's such a cutie. So in any case, the ribbing is complicated, time consuming. And I'm like, which pattern am I working on? This is it. This book might be available in English. Where are you going, kid? It's called Good Gug. I'm probably pronouncing that really badly, but that's the name of the sweater. And designer is Soila Pyhaniska. So these are Finnish designers. And who knows? We might be looking at that sweater again in 5 years. I don't know. It's possible. But in any case, that's my little rundown of the sweaters I'm working on. And I think they're all going to grow as they grow. It's going to be a kind of a whatever, you know, whatever works. This one's probably the easiest to work on. And now what are you whining about? Sparky's outside. He wants to play with her. Partly because the yarn is to die for. It's 100% cashmere. And, you know, this part here, it's really easy. And the yoke, I mean, it's just, you know, it's like a worsted weight. So it goes quicker. And it's not like I have the 6 different strands, like with the hand-spun sweater that I'm working on. So I'm going to go on record and predict that I'll finish the red cashmere sweater first. So we'll see. We'll see how it progresses. Now, feel free to give me some encouragement. I could use it. And if you need me to further encourage you, just let me know in the comments. I think we're all just kind of scratching our head, just wondering what's going to happen tomorrow, because the stuff that happens today makes us wonder, right? Especially for young people. I heard an interview with a professor from Michigan who was talking about his students and how they're just kind of throwing their hands up. Like, what do we do? You know, the job market is going down and gas is going up. And my son does DoorDash, and he's just very petrified about the gas prices because his car doesn't have the best mileage in the world, and he sees the gas prices going up. His profit's already limited, and people are less generous because they don't have as much money. The hell, they probably are even thinking twice about using DoorDash because their own pay is, you know, it's just a whole mess. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out which sweater do you think I should work on tonight? If this video gets uploaded before about 7 p.m. and you have an opinion on which one you think I should launch into tonight to get my head out of the world events, I'd love to know your opinion. Love to know what you guys are working on to keep sane, and hope that you're succeeding, that your mojo is intact, and that you've got a nice, fun pet to keep you motivated. I think it's safe to say that our pets are a big source of inspiration on a daily basis. You know, just giving them hugs and playing ball and training them, and, you know, just making them happy. It's like a small scale. You have like this small little world, like this little snow globe that you live in, that you can stay sane in. And it certainly is helpful. Family, it's also another great thing. So hope you guys are doing well. And I don't know. Unless I hear from a bunch of people that I should work on something else, maybe I'll work on this one tonight. It's pretty straightforward. It's going pretty good. And makes me happy. So stay happy and keep resisting. And we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.